50 wonderful towers in Roblox Tower Defense Simulator, but only 5 tower slots you can utilize per round, which is called a loadout. And everyone across years and updates of the game argue what the true perfect loadout is. Well, today, we're going to answer that question. In order to even get an idea of the perfect loadout, you need to consider what is most needed in a round. Obviously, there's damage. You need to deal enough damage to kill enemies, preferably in the quickest and most efficient way possible. Many people throughout the game have ruled out some towers that deal tons of damage. The top 5 have shown to be Accelerator, Engineer, Minigunner, Ranger, and Pursuit. Others, like Turret and Brawler, also fit in with the top 5. But there was a key word I said earlier. We want towers in our loadout to be quick in order to triumph rounds as efficiently as possible. You wouldn't want a full loadout of just damage towers anyway. Some towers that can help with speed and efficiency are Farm, Commander, DJ Booth, Medic, Mercenary Base, and Pyromancer. Each of these provide their own unique use that boosts all towers' performance in a certain way. If we want to find the perfect loadout, we could also look across YouTube, where tons of strategies for solo rounds have been posted. For Fallen specifically, most current strategies utilize Accelerator, Farm, and DJ Booth. Some other frequently seen towers are Mercenary Base and Commander. Although this is just for Fallen, a perfect loadout would imply it works well in most, if not all, game modes. And we need to consider the fact that a lot of TDS players may not have some of these towers. So, what truly is the best loadout? Well, the answer will always vary, but before we give the answer, just so you don't end up using the wrong loadout while watching this video in the future, we must explain how you can replicate a perfect TDS loadout. We already explained most factors to make a round efficient when planning a loadout, but in case you need more help, watch our previous video in the description. Oh, and if you can leave a like and subscribe, it would mean a lot. Anyways, damage is really important, like we went over. For beginners, we recommend Hunter and Soldier. Intermediate players, we believe Militant and Military Base are 2 good candidates for source of damage. Advanced players, Minigunner, Turret, and Pursuit are great choices for damage. And for the super advanced players, Brawler, Engineer, Accelerator, and Mercenary Base are great choices. And like we talked about earlier, support towers are also key. Consider Commander, Farm, and DJ Booth in your loadouts. If your damage towers can be easily stunned, try fitting in Medic as well. You generally always want a mix of damage and support, so these 2 factors we listed are already more than enough help to create a perfect loadout. However, here's a small guide on screen that could also help you. Reserve at least 2 slots for damage towers, reserve 2 or 3 slots for support towers, and to add on to the support towers, bring 1 or 2 support towers that supply buffs to your troops, like Commander and DJ Booth, and bring 1 support tower that can affect enemies, like Stun, Freeze, or Defense Melt their defense. To help you out, we have made a preset example of a perfect loadout for each stage of TDS. At the beginning stage, there aren't many towers to select from, but you can glide by just fine with Hunter and Scout, Scout being replaceable with Soldier. You can equip other towers if you wanted, but these are all you need. Thanks to the Hunter rework, you can defeat easy mode really quickly as long as you have these 2 towers. Funnily enough, just using Scout alone in a good map will also guarantee you a fast victory. At the intermediate stage, towers like Militant, Pyromancer, Farm, Medic, Military Base, and Ace Pilot are all amazing choices. In order to solo Molten, we recommend this loadout: Medic, Militant, Ace Pilot, Military Base, and Farm. This loadout will guarantee you a Molten triumph. If you're an advanced player, luckily you have a lot of options by now. However, we picked out the best loadout for you. This consists of Minigunner, Commander, DJ Booth, Shotgunner, and Farm. Shotgunner does insanely well for speedrunning Fallen rounds, while the other towers help with damage and cost efficiency. And lastly, for our super advanced players, we recommend to you the true perfect TDS loadout. So, let's reveal the answer now. Based on what we considered earlier, damage and efficiency, we have decided on a perfect loadout of TDS, and that happens to be Mercenary Base, Engineer, DJ Booth, Brawler, and Farm. Let me explain. Let's start off with the 3 damage towers: Mercenary Base, Engineer, and Brawler. Immediately, it is important to note that Engineer Sentries, its main DPS, and Brawler are immune to stuns. This allows for constant damage against enemies, importantly the Fallen King himself. Mercenary Base with its Grenadier spam before Fallen King and Riot Guard spam on the final wave can deal some serious damage in solo Fallen rounds. If you were to airdrop in 9 Riot Guards, that is at least over 20,250 health taken away from the Fallen King. And by the way, all Brawlers and Engineers at max level deal combined 4,585 DPS alone, and this can be increased even higher if Mercenary Base's damage buff affects all troops. And lastly, our 2 support towers, DJ Booth and Farm. If you remember, Farm was ranked S tier in our intermediate towers tier list, and after a lot of debate in the comments, we collectively agree that for advanced players, Farm was considered S+ tier. And with DJ Booth, its discount and range buff is so overpowered that it helps to max out the damage towers in time for the Fallen King. And don't worry, we didn't forget about the previous modes. Although not as efficient, these towers can still beat the other survival modes efficiently, the only exception being Intermediate. Intermediate, we need a lot of splash towers or a tower like Shotgunner. Before the video ends, just note that what we say is the perfect loadout of TDS is not always true. Towers are constantly subject to change, and the perfect loadout is only up to each individual player. Not every player may have these advanced towers that can cost a lot, taking some serious grinding. However, you are guaranteed victories with these 4 loadouts on the screen based on the game mode you play, and this one being the true best loadout. Shout out to our first 3 members of the channel, Omar FT, FNT, and MZku. We appreciate the support. If you also want amazing perks, we'd be eternally grateful if you sign up too. We'll be investing it into more videos. Please leave a like and subscribe, it means the world to us. Without further ado, have an amazing day.